a game to look out for sure.
I genuinely think this is going to be the best game of the year.
Chat, why does this game look so good? I don't get it. This is like some like Battlefield tier.
She might have died, dude. Oh, you're alive. Okay. No! Why would she do that? You betrayed me! How could you? Never trust anyone in this game.
With their latest project being the catalyst in the revival of this genre, this game already looked good when they first revealed it years ago. But the moment they actually dropped the game, it went above and beyond what we expected for the genre itself. Let's be honest with each other, Arc Raiders is truly something special we have here, boys. However, even though a very large portion of us did not get the opportunity to actually try and play the game, we have seen the reviews, we have seen the feedback, and I'm pretty sure we can all mutually agree on the fact that Arc Raiders is something that we cannot wait to get our hands on, bro. So do me a favor, grab yourself some copium pills because we are about to overdose in this video. Now we will go over some concrete information in just a second, but there is something very important that we need to look at first. Now if we put on some tinfoil hats and we follow Nexon's cycle of game releases, we can gladly take a look at that and apply it to the release of Arc Raiders. So we can see that the finals had exactly 4 playtests before its final release on December the 7th at the Game Awards. Now keep that in mind. The first Descendant also had 4 playtests before its release on July the 2nd, 2024. Now I know Embark Studios did not develop the first Descendant, that was Nexon. However, Nexon does own Embark Studios, which developed the finals as well as Arc Raiders. So they do have a major say in dictating dates of playtests as well as release dates. The finals had a 16-month cycle with 4 playtests before an actual final release, while Arc Raiders so far has had a 22-month cycle with only 3 playtests so far. We are only in the middle of the year and Embark Studios has confirmed through an earnings call that the game will be released in 2025. We all know this. So we can say that there should at least be one open beta test around July, with the final release being anywhere in November to December. And honestly, it would not surprise me if they do shadow drop the game at the Game Awards the same way that they did with the finals, which by the way actually exploded upon its release. The finals had over 7 million players across all platforms on its release. And with Arc Raiders being even more popular than the finals being made by the same development studio, it is safe to say that a shadow drop in the same fashion could benefit the game massively. The wait for this game's release is absolutely grueling, guys. I know, especially because when the next test comes out, there's always going to be that one guy who had no idea that it was a thing and is going to miss out on that until the release actually comes. But one thing is safe to say, every single one of us wants to get our damn hands on this and at least try it. And since we're all snorting copium harder than a Titanfall 2 veteran waiting on Titanfall 3, we need something to scratch the itch. And in the meantime, I have the perfect solution. There is only one game that stands out with combat so versatile that you won't even remember to take your pills. From fighting on the ground in pure traditional World War combat, you have the ability to choose from over 2,500 different tanks and armored cars from the 1920s right up to the combat vehicles you see in today's day and age. You have the choice to take fights to the sky as well, with hundreds of planes and helicopters to choose from, and war at sea will never cease to exist because there are ships from 10 different nations for you to choose and grind for, because such is the versatility of none other than War Thunder. The intricacy and details of this game is what makes it such an immersive experience. Hitboxes are not simply hitboxes. Every vehicle component, no matter what you're using, takes damage. From engines, fuel tanks, the weapons themselves, as well as your own crew. Over 70 million people have already had the PvP War Thunder experience. The game comes with 3 dedicated game modes that progressively cranks up the realism: Arcade, Simulator, and Realistic. War Thunder is completely free to play and available on all major platforms: PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. However, they just recently integrated their game into a new mobile version as well. This being available on both iOS and Android, you can sign up for the game using my links in either the pinned comment or the description. These links will actually give you exclusive access to a bonus pack for PC and console if you're a new player or a returning player that has not played in the last 6 months. In this bonus pack, there are access to multiple premium vehicles and an exclusive vehicle decorator, the Eagle of Valor, as well as 100,000 silver lions. Now, this bonus pack is only available for a very limited time, so it's very important that you make sure to use my links in the pinned comment or the description. And a huge thank you to War Thunder for sponsoring today's video. Now, there is something interesting that has developed as well when looking at some information for the release of Arc Raiders. Because if you're on PC and you have an Nvidia graphics card, there is also a driver update that actually features Arc Raiders in the banner, meaning a driver update to function with the game. Now, I know that this was only available during the most recent test. However, one thing is for sure. The devs have said that they are looking to polish the game for release this year, which obviously means that this isn't the only update that we're going to see for the game, and the mere fact that we have this further backs the statement that they are prepping the game for a full release this year. Now, that's not new information, but we can only pray and hope that we don't get any kind of delays that would impact this. However, given Embark Studios' track record along with Nexon, it doesn't seem likely. The funny thing about Arc Raiders is just exactly how much it actually completely outperformed the expectations of the developers themselves. The devs actually initially set a goal for at least 5 million views on YouTube and ended up racking over 20 million. They also set a goal to be at least in the top 10 for most viewed games on Twitch, and they got top 6, as well as exceeding their goals by at least 50% on Steam for wish lists. This just goes to show that if you make a product that the people want and you actually genuinely care about, then you will 100% exceed the expectations you have. Hey Bungie, now is not a bad time to start taking down some notes, you know? Arc Raiders has a serious amount of hype right now, and I'm pretty sure every single one of us is FOMOing harder than Bungie looking at their bank account after marathon releases. And I'm also sure that we're all aware the devs have disabled the channels inside of the Arc Raiders server and has set the entire server to read-only mode whilst they make the necessary changes to the server and prep everyone for everything coming next, which is most likely an open beta playtest. Now, the Game Awards is not only the place that Embark Studios could likely drop this game. You see, considering the amount of positive feedback and attention this game already has just from the second tech test, it would definitely be in Embark Studios' best interest to drop this game as soon as possible after polishing up from criticism. And the most likely time period we have would be the Summer Game Fest, which, funnily enough, is actually next month. That is right around the corner. Definitely not far away at all. Now, they did also have a smaller trailer on their Twitter account right after the tech test too, which, by the way, I wouldn't necessarily consider a teaser per se, but more of a preparation for the future of Arc Raiders.
Reports of Arc activity in the area have decreased significantly, so take it easy for a while. Get some rest, stretch your legs, maybe take Scrappy for a walk. Just don't wander too far. Topside never stays peaceful for long.
Now, the statement, take a rest, stretch your legs, and even take Scrappy for a walk, but don't wander too far because Topside never stays peaceful for long, is definitely a soft hint at the fact that the devs are absolutely pushing the community to get ready for a release as soon as possible. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've never really played extraction shooters all that much in my life, including Escape from Tarkov. However, when I finally got my greedy, grubby little hands on a key to play the tech test, I couldn't believe what I was playing. I got so sucked into the game that I completely forgot to activate shadow play so that I could actually get some content. But I will give credit to every single person that I've taken gameplay from on their YouTube channels. I will also leave a link in the description so you guys can go and check them out. A huge thank you to everyone that I have taken gameplay from to use for this video. But anyway, Raiders, that is pretty much all I have for you today. I truly and genuinely do hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Of course, if you want to stay up to date with everything Arc Raiders Raiders, other video games like the Finals, Apex Legends, Titanfall, this is the place that you want to be. And if you would also like to get to know me on a bit more of a personal level, please feel free to follow me on Twitter right over there. And also do not forget to join my Discord server. I will leave a link in the description for that. There is also a channel for Arc Raiders as well as any other PvP game that you could probably think of in there. Everyone just sends memes, chills, talks, finds people to play with, and it's just a super chill community where everyone can get to know each other and just play video games together. Once again, a huge shout out to War Thunder for sponsoring today's video. You guys can check out the game on all major platforms including mobile. Hit my links in the description or pinned comment to sign up for your bonus pack and get your premium content, bro. But anyway, that's all I have for you in today's video. As per the usual, you must have a good day. For me, Dimitri, and for yourself. Let me know thoughts and opinions down in comment section. And as always, I will see all of you raiders in the next video. Have a good day. Bye bye.